Coming up this week, we look at all of the secrets of mountain biking.
Plus, we've got all the usual stuff, the news from the world of mountain biking, hacks and bodges, and the bike vault. So keep watching, see if your bike appears this week.
It's all coming up on the Dirt Shed Show. Yes, welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with me, Martin Ashton, and...
All right, Mart, Neil Donahue here this week.
Yes, mate, how are you? How have you been doing?
I'm great, thanks. I've just had a lovely weekend away, so enjoying riding my bike and family fun in the sun. So I've been having a great time. Thanks, you?
Fabulous, yes, been great actually, been getting some good riding in, been awesome. So you're rejuvenated, which means we can dive in this week to look at the secrets of mountain biking. Now with your experience, Neil, you're going to obviously be able to tell us all of the secrets. Now some of these things are cheats, some of these things the pros do that we didn't know about, and a couple of them are things that you guys out there can do to either change the location of where you go riding, or perhaps something you can do to capture the essence of what those pros do. Even filming techniques that can make you look just like one of them.
Nice.
Yeah, some great stuff. So Neil, start us off with a secret this week. What's one of the things that say the pros do that we don't know about?
Well, often in the pro world, you know, the teams, the riders are getting paid to use products. That's the way it works, you know, sponsorship, promotion. But sometimes the product doesn't quite live up to the standards you'd hope. And this used to be a big one, especially back in the day with tyres, when in fact there was just Maxxis. Pretty much everyone ran Maxxis tyres because they were the best downhill tyres back in the day. There's loads of options now, but there were many a team back in the day, they would just get a black Sharpie and black out the sticker on the side of their tyre. So they might well be sponsored by a different tyre brand, but actually, if you look closely, most of them were running those tyres. But like I say, nowadays, there's so many different types of good tyres. I'm not sure that happens quite so much, but maybe with other parts of the bike, you might have to look a bit closer at pros' bikes.
Yes, now that really interested me when you told me about that, because I was thinking, oh yeah, black out the tyres, you wouldn't notice. Then I spoke to Henry, who's obviously been a World Cup downhill mechanic, so he's been around on the tour and seen what all the mechanics do. And he was now I'm not going to be able to mention any names or any products here, but he was telling me that there was actually people in the pits gluing like top caps of things like maybe suspension parts or maybe even frames themselves, changing decals to make things look like something else that they were not.
So again, using the wrong brand.
And I was blown away.
Yeah,
I mean, back in the day, there was the famous period where every downhill rider was actually riding an Intense, labelled as their bike. But that was a specific period, long time ago. Yeah. You probably remember it well, Neil.
I do. But, I sort of had an off-the-shelf Chinese replica that was branded something else. But yeah, there were lots of copies of Intenses, or some people just literally got an Intense and sprayed it up and put their stickers on it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So the pros aren't always riding quite what you think they are. No. So there's one of the secrets. Now, sticking with the pros, this is something that I've always thought's hilarious. And I don't know if it's that much of a secret, but for anyone who doesn't know this, it's going to be an eye-opener, is when those pros win those races, and this goes across nearly all sports, let alone mountain biking, when they go up onto the podium and they're holding their energy drink bottle, they're not drinking that drink.
Well,
that drink is not in that bottle.
It's a bit of a giveaway sometimes because you actually see, you know, purple and red water bottles. So it's like a cycling water bottle, and they haven't opened loads of cans of that stuff and poured it into that water bottle, have they? They're just drinking.
Of course they have.
Because these people, you know, they might have finished a 30-minute moto on a motocross race or a downhill run, and they're trying to make it look like they've got something in there. I mean, downhillers maybe because, you know, doesn't matter, you know, they're not trying to recover for another race. But yeah, there's definitely not always the fizzy stuff in those bottles.
Yeah, I've always thought it's amazing that I mean, you know, I've drinking an energy drink in my lifetime, maybe 2 or 3, and they're not necessarily exactly what you need when you're exhausted. Not all the time. They don't, you know, they boost your energy, but not quite in the way you'd expect. I don't want to down.
I know what you're saying, Mark.
The energy drinks. You get me.
I do know.
I was sponsored. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I do know lots of pros that have drunk a half a can watered down before a run, and they swear that is the ticket to a good race run. But it's literally watering down the products that they're supposed to be drinking.
Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree, because I was sponsored by an energy drink for 3 years, and I drank 3 cans of it in that time.
All right, Mark, you can stop talking about that now. You're being relentless.
Yeah, I'm going to move on. I'll never get sponsored again. Right, what about this? Pro secret tracks. Now, I used to do this myself, is you would have a secret spot where you didn't tell anyone where it was, where all the best stuff was.
Yep.
So only you could ride it, and people wouldn't mess with it, and people wouldn't get to practice the stuff you mastering. Now, have you done that?
Yes, I guess with downhill tracks, it's mainly because you're not necessarily supposed to be there. So there might be just a handful of you, sort of 5 local riders that ride that spot and keep it to yourselves. Or maybe you've got like a special arrangement with the landowner. Rather than trying to get one over someone else, you just want a really good track that you can ride and that, isn't going to get closed down. So that might be a way of doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a thing in the day when I was riding trials competitions, that you'd be trying to master a technique and you'd find the perfect rock and you'd just think, oh, I don't want anyone else to get to use this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Keep it a secret. Yeah. And I guess this goes out more broadly to not only like pro secret tracks, but maybe not so much secret trail parks, but trail parks that don't necessarily get the attention of all the obvious meccas that we talk about a lot, that are well worth a visit and somewhat of a secret jewel.
Definitely some of those.
In the crown.
There's some of the biggies like Whistler and Morsey and Leger. There's loads of smaller ones around there that don't get quite the same press. I wouldn't call them secret, but there's like the Coast Gravity Park. There's hundreds, maybe not hundreds, but loads and loads of alpine towns. Zermatt, there's loads of them that have really great riding scenes. They just don't quite get the same attention. And if you want to go to some of them, you're probably going to get fresher trails than if you go to Morzine, especially at the end of the season.
Yeah. I mean, all of those places have got incredible trails, so it's well worth going out beyond the edges of the obvious, the Legers and, like you say, the Morzines, and just seeing what else is surrounding them. Places are popping up all around the world. I mean, take the Blue Derby trails in Tasmania. That's becoming something of a to-do list.
Absolutely, it's on my list.
A lot of riders. Yeah, mine too, Neil. Let's go together. I really want to go there. Oh, so much. And you can see, take somewhere like Whistler, of course, a lot of the best riding in Whistler Bike Park is outside the bike park. It's not even in the bike
That's
park.
True. Some of those secret trails aren't so secret anymore. Like, what's the massive one that Blake did the video on? I've forgotten the name of it. Dark Crystal, that's the one. That used to be a secret track. It's not so much anymore.
Yeah, Blake took me to the Lost Lake trails actually last time I was there, and they were fabulous as well.
Amazing.
Very cool. Now, last secret I'm going to talk about here, but later in the show I'm actually going to show you how to create this yourself at home, is how you get these incredible shots that the pros get when they're out on the trails with this seemingly miracle camera that kind of moves around them as they go down the trail, seeing them from all different sides, from behind and in front, looking down the trail, moving with them through the corners. Now, this swivel mount is what they're using. It looks crazy when you see it outside of the shot on top of the person's head.
Yes, warning, you will look stupid. You will absolutely look mental riding your bike with it.
This is not going to make you look cool, but the footage itself, when you set it up like I'm going to show you later in the show, and build it the way I've suggest, based on what I've heard from the pros themselves, you're going to be getting these shots for yourself out on the trail, and you're going to look like a proper idiot while you do it. But it's a great secret and it's worth learning. So look out for that in Martin's mission later in the show. But for now, Neil, fancy a bit of news?
Let's do it.
Cheers then, guys. Yeah, it's time for the news, and I've got some great little tidbits for you to sink your teeth into this week. First up is 2 lovely new looking bikes from Orbea. The Ois and the Alma are 2 new XC bikes from the Spanish brand, and they look stunning. They're 100mm travel front and rear on the Ois and 100mm on the front of the Alma. These super light XC bikes are beautiful looking, and to make them even more beautiful, you can actually order them custom painted as well. If you would like to see them a little closer up and want to know a little bit more about them, well, Neil has done an amazing video recently where he compared the full sus to the hardtail to a rigid and took them on some laps. So be sure to check out that video for a more in-depth look at those bikes. Next up, it's what 3 words. Now, you may have heard of this before and it may not be entirely brand new, but what 3 words has divided the world up into 3-meter square cubes. Each cube is given 3 words as a sort of key, if you like. If you get in trouble, you just tell the app those 3 words and it can pinpoint your location right down to that 3-meter square. It's already proved really useful for getting a lot of cyclists and other outdoor users out of trouble, and it's well worth a look at and a download if you're an avid outdoor goer. Speaking of the great outdoors, well, this next bit of news is truly massive, and Tiago Ferreira from Portugal has recently completed a double Everest. The massive task, climbing 17,753 meters, was done in under 24 hours. He completed it in central Portugal, and he's just awaiting now to whether or not it's actually a world record. And I mean, even if it isn't, congratulations, mate, because that is a Herculean task. Your poor old legs after that, well, fair play, because that is something pretty special. So congratulations to you. Back to a bit of XC then, and it's nice to have a racing finally in the news. The XC National Champs from Switzerland recently took place, and guess who won? Yep, that Swiss machine, Nino Schurter, taking the lead over Matthias Flukiger and Lars Forster in 3rd place, rounding out the podium. In the women's race, well, coming back from injury for a truly monumental performance is Jolanda Neff, taking the win by over 2 minutes. In 2nd place, it was, let me just get this right, Sina Fry, and in 3rd was Linda Indegrand. So congratulations to all you guys. What looked like a tough race, but it's really nice to have some racing finally back on the news. Sticking with racing, whilst not a result or anything, it's good to see the return of the Mac. Yes, Brooke Bulldog McDonald has been spotted back out on a downhill bike. Now, Brooke suffered a huge crash last year also, which really put him out and looked very doubtful whether he could ride again. But it's awesome to see Brooke now swinging her leg back over his downhill bike out in Roral on his local trails and really smashing it already. So yeah, good to see you back, mate. Glad you are sort of killing trails already, and we look forward to seeing you at the races as soon as they start back up. If you loved the adventure designs, well, you're going to love the new Stargazer series. What's more, this week, if you do head over to the shop and you buy 4 stickers, you get a 5th for free. Bargain. Well worth heading over to the shop and checking out the new designs. That's it for the news today. Thank you very much for watching, and it's back over to you guys.
3, 2, 1. Hacks and bodges! Hacks and bodges, Neil!
Bodges.
That was actually pretty good for you.
That's because I'm basically saying, well, so far, all I can see is bodges this week, Martin.
Oh, come on. I can't believe you said that. I mean, look at this first one here from Richard. It's a whole bike.
I mean,
it's a whole bike, Neil.
It's a frame, and it's not even all the frame. It's quite a good story, though, to be fair. Richard, who was driving with his bike on the back of his car, and ended up getting shunted from the back, and it wrote the bike off. So we cut the frame into 3 bits to salvage the head tube, the BB shell, and the dropout, and then built a bamboo bike using Vietnamese bamboo, bonded together with Hessian wrap and epoxy resin.
Brilliant. It's a whole bike, Neil, made out of sticks. That is incredible. I mean, you can't call that a botch.
Until a panda comes along and starts eating your bike.
That's a good point. It's a good point. I don't know if Richard's going to be winning the race top this week, but he might. Next up, we've got Kevin, who has made a tyre inflator out of a what's that? 2 litre water bottle, fizzy pop bottle. Yeah, and he's tested it out. It works. He can inflate his tubeless tyre from that bottle. I don't understand how you jet the air in. I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, you need a valve. You put the valve core, so like one that goes in your rim. You can see it just on the red bottle lid. So you put the pump onto that, pump it up, and then the other side you've got that yellow clip, and then you just let that out. But it says he goes up, he's checked it up to 150 psi. He's wrapped gaffer tape around the bottle, Gaff tape is the strongest material known to man. And that's pretty good, actually. So maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I think that might be a hack.
150 psi, that's a lot of air in a bottle. That feels like it could go bang. But
wow,
you're right. Gaffer tape is strong.
It is. Oh, that sounds like a good little plan to me, actually.
I wonder, using those two ideas that we've just seen, mixing them together, could you make a bike out of sticks using gaffer tape instead of epoxy resin?
I bet you could. I bet you could. That's a good video.
We might have to do that. Can we make a bike out of gaffer tape and sticks?
Wow.
Brilliant.
Great idea.
We've got to do that, Neil.
Yeah.
Got to do that. And next up, here we go, is a man after our own hearts. Look, he is. This is Andrew. He's made a fantastic stall cover out of his GMBN jersey that he grew out. I think he's grown out of that one. He didn't want to let it go to waste, so he's made a GMBN stall, which actually I'm quite envious of.
Pretty good.
It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah.
Very simple, that one. Very simple.
It means
it was a little bit of.
You sat on the jersey, which means your jersey is. I'm going to say it's close to your arse, but actually it's not it's not the biggest arse that's been in a GMBN jersey, is it, Mark? One of us is a bigger arse.
You're on fire today, Neil. You're on fire. It's very true. Right, you've got to pick, Neil, because you're the man to get past today. So you've got the GMBN jersey from Andrew. We've got the inflatable bottle from Kevin, and then we've got the fantastic Hessian wrap epoxy resin bamboo bike from Richard. Who are you going with?
You could say I'm biased, but I'm going to go to Andrew. That's for his son Tom. Let's send him a new jersey. If he's grown out of that one, then he can win this Hacks and Bodges this week and get a new jersey.
That makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Perfect sense. Fantastic. Well done, Andrew. GMBN jersey on its way to you. Now, don't forget, if you're watching the show now and you want to be part of it, this is a great point in the show where you can get involved, Hacks and Bodges. Send us what you've been doing in your bike cave. Let us know what you've been making or fixing and how you've done it. Head over to the uploader and upload your goodie, so you could be winning next week. And of course you can do that with a bike vault and your sends of the week or your fails and bails, anything you want us to see. That's where you want to do it, on the uploader. Right, now keep going with the show, Neil. Talking about fail or send, shall we have a little look at who's been doing it right and who's been doing it wrong this week?
Go on then.
Took that a bit too hard.
Good. Kinda good.
Whoa!
Okay, Martin, let's see what you've been doing this week. I want to see you make this camera mount.
Okay, this is how to make a swivel cam for your GoPro or other action camera. Now, I've been online, I've spent £9.78 on 2 items. I've bought myself a trekking pole that's, you know, extendable, and I've got myself a caster wheel. Pretty simple. They're going to be the main items that make this possible. I've also found some little GoPro, well, they're not GoPro mounts, but other kind of mounts in my drawer here. I've rummaged through, and I'm going to fashion these so that I can attach the camera and the items to my helmet. So I've only got a few tools. I shouldn't need all of these, and of course the essentials: some tape and some zip ties for all the people's favourite items like me who want to bodge things together like this. So let's see if we can put this thing together and then go out and try and use it. So I've been pretty lucky with this caster wheel because I've taken the wheel out but kept the axle. Now, I had loads of bits, plastic attachments that different cameras over the years, and this one has fitted in really nicely. I've just had to file off the edges so it's a nice fit, but then the axle has gone straight through and it's locked it in position, and it's also got this lovely cup base which is going to go under the pole perfectly, and then it will spin on that axle like that. Attaching it is pretty simple. Boom, zip ties a la Doddy. I think basically I'll be able to go under there and over there, and it should just pull up onto it pretty strong. If I could do a diagonal across there, there's nice sharp edges to keep the zip tie in position. Do that, and then I'll do one the other way like that, and we should be getting pretty close. When I put the helmet there, this caster basically has got the holes for the screws where you would screw it to something. I think they're going to sit pretty nice on the helmet and allow me to again zip tie it to the helmet. I think it's gonna work. Little tip when you're using zip ties, one way to get them really tight, and I've just positioned the thing here so I can use both my hands, is just get your pliers, put them on there, and then just twist, and you can pull a few more knots through. Notches. I'll cut all these porcupine bits off, and then I'll put some gaffer tape around just to make it a nice secure joint, and it's not going to catch any skin when you're grabbing hold of it or anything like that. Give it a haircut. Just got the pole in the vise, and it offering it up to the helmet. I think the zip ties are going to work really nice on here. GoPro mount, real standard GoPro mount to the other end of the pole. Let's get on the bike. Well, I think first swivel cam ride went pretty well. Got some nice angles, definitely works. I need to make it longer. I need to change the angle a little bit, but you can definitely get that pro look on your Instagram if you put a bit of time into it. So yeah, not bad swivel cam week really. The mission continues. There you go, see? That's how you do it.
Nice. I shall have a go. I've never done the spinny one. I've done the one on top of your head, and it does weigh your helmet down a bit. It's quite hard work, actually.
It definitely did that. It looked awesome. I'm well pleased with it. Right, caption contest this week.
Yeah.
Here's the photo. It's Chris with a load of ducks, basically. But it did create some pretty good captions actually this week. I'm going to start us off with this one from Maximum Schwa, who says, "Quacks and bodges, quacks and bodges." Get it?
Very good.
Brilliant.
I like it.
Love it.
Carlos Holzbach says, that's not how you measure the quack factor of your quanks.
Oh,
quack
that's
factor,
good.
cranks, Q factor. Oh, I almost got it right.
yeah, the quack factor. That's one of my favourite little
I know.
technical details, the quack factor. I like that.
I've heard you talk
How
about
you
this
waddle.
before. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's very good. Rupert Werns in next with Doddy's video on lubricating your chain with duck grease was still in the early stages. Hashtag not vegan.
Duck grease. No, probably not vegan, is it? How do you make duck grease? You literally just squash a duck on the floor until it turns.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, probably not in a. It's not pretty. However you do it. Grill.
Gibby Kerwin says Chris decides to give his bike a bit of a four-sprung duck technique treatment. What was that, Audi? Was that, I can't remember who's.
Yeah, that's the Audi. That's the Audi marker. Yes.
Duck technique. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good.
Four-sprung duck technique. Actually, but there's only 3 ducks, so it's 4. It's free-sprung duck technique. So I'm not sure. I'm going to pick the winner this week, Neil, if that's all right with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Maximum Schwa for quacks and bodges.
All right. Maximum Schwa. Flask coming
You
your
are
way.
the winner. Boom, love it. Right, here's this week's photo. If you want to get involved in the comment section down below, give us your caption and you could be a winner next week. And we do love it when you get involved because they're a lot of fun. So play along. Yeah, busy week this week, Neil. What are you looking forward to?
Well, we've got some skills that you have to master coming on our Wednesday how-to video.
Oh, lovely. I tell you what I'm looking forward to because I love these videos. I think they're very, very useful. Crash course, another one coming from you, Neil. Looking forward to that on Thursday. That's going to be a banger.
Plus, we've got the Meet the Presenter coming for Blake. So if you want to learn all about Blake Sampson, which I'm sure loads of you do, check that out on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that is going to be a really, really cool video because I know Blake put a lot of effort into it. He's been looking back through the archives of all his riding. There's some amazing footage of him when he was younger.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a whole story about, his life in Zim and then coming over to Isle of Wight and all that stuff. So it's going to be a really cool video to watch, that one. Very exciting.
Yeah. And join in the crew with yourself, I suppose, as well. It's got to be in there.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be a bit of footage of when we were riding before we were on GMBN together. So that should be a bit of a giggle because there should be some funny footage in there. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it as much now.
Cool.
Nice. Right, okay, let's get into the bike vault and see what you guys have been sending us this week.
Oh, what's that? Rad-on swoop. That looks good. I really like that.
That's a lovely shot of it. Lovely shot.
Yeah, there's lots of bikes that do look a bit like that nowadays, but I think that looks really good. So it's a Rad-on Swoop 8.0 2019. This is in Romania, Piatra Crailu Mountains. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, what's that front mudguard on there, Neil? I really like those. They're really neat.
I think that's a mud hugger. Looks like one to me. Hard to tell from here.
I like that one. It's sort of motorcycle trials-esque.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's low to the front wheel, like it.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's why you
cool
like
look.
it.
What are you going to give it?
I think that's super nice, to be honest. I really like the look of that bike.
Yeah, I'm with you. Super nice it is.
Ring the bell.
Well done. Right, next up we've got Connor's Orbea Ockham.
Yes.
29er in XL, so there's lots of space on this one.
New bike.
Yeah, very
So
cool.
it's
that one.
this is brand new, 30-mile ride on the new Ockham, and it's just replaced his Specialized rock hopper. That's a good bike. I went out to Orbea last year to have a look at that bike, actually, when they just released it. I thought it was a great bike. It's cool. I really like that.
Yeah. Now, is that colour, is that like a grey to black, or is that just the light? I think it's like a grey to black fade across the bike.
Yeah, I don't know. Hard to tell. It's all quite
cool.
black, but it's cool.
Yeah, very stealth. I think it's another super nice.
Yeah,
to be honest,
well, I mean, I agree. I wasn't going to say it, but
wasn't much wrong with that. Oh, wait up, Trail Dog. There we go.
Yes.
This is Scott's Evil the Calling.
Yeah.
That's a cool name for a bike. In Chico, California. And we've got a dog, but no name. But he looks like he's having a good day and keeping up with his dad there.
It's a good looking bike. It's got the orange Fox 36s up front. It's got a box derailleur on the back. Kind of pretty niche. Don't see many box derailleurs knocking around.
I've got an issue though, Neil.
Go on.
I have got an issue with it. I mean, it's a fabulous looking bike, but it's sort of in the Yeti colour.
It's close, yeah. I know what you mean.
It sends me off one way, and then I realise it's not, and I don't know, it sort of throws me around.
I think it's good looking, but it almost looks like the front hose is in the same colour, but then when you look down on the fork, it's different, unless it's just an optical illusion.
Not sure about that. I don't think I can give this a super nice. Okay.
All right.
Cause I'm conflicted. I'm sorry. It's nice.
It is.
Don't get me wrong.
It's very nice.
It's nice. Next up, we have got Luke's Giant Trance. Always a good bike. These
fresh tyres.
In Rydal, New South Wales.
Yeah.
That's cool,
have you read the story, Mark? It says this photo was taken 10 minutes before he ate dirt and broke my sternum.
Oh my god.
Sternum's that one, isn't it? That's not good.
Oof. Yeah. That's hard to break.
I've hurt my sternum in the past, and it's flipping painful.
Yeah, I think probably a super nice for that then.
Sympathy. I mean, I love the tan wall tyres. You don't. I do. And it's good looking colour.
Well,
good looking frame.
I don't mind. He's got the tan grips to go with it, so
True.
You know what I mean? It works. It works. Right, next up we've got Cole and his Trek Marlin.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a Marlin.
We see a lot of these Treks. Cole says, my girlfriend and I have got a new hobby after getting hooked on GMBN. Nice one. We love the vegan Powerballs. The old video we did ages ago, making vegan Powerballs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it made me feel a little bit sad because I'm not really vegan these days.
Really?
Oh, no, I eat a bit of fish now.
Whoa.
Yeah, sorry, I'm off topic. But I just had a pang of like, I miss that a little bit. But I am enjoying the fish as well. So swings and roundabouts.
You'll be making duck grease next.
I tell you what, I like this bike because it's a nice hardtail. They're my favourites. I love a hardtail. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. It's nice.
So check this one out. Next bike is a Sean's 2020 Co-op DRT 1.2. I've never seen these bikes. I mean, there aren't many times now where I see a brand and I've never seen it before, but I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm sort of taking it in. Look at those seat stays. That is a strange old bend on the seat stays. That's different.
I mean, I don't know anything. I'd love to hear more about this brand. It's in Michigan, Sean is, so I wonder if it's like an American brand. I'm sure people will let us know in the comments down below. But
yeah, let us know if you've got a Co-op.
I'm gonna have to say nice.
In the UK, that's a superstore. But yeah.
You know. I'm gonna have to say nice, Mark.
It's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice. Next up, wow! Look at this setup. This is Louis Trek Fuel X8.
Yeah.
This is in Walker Ranch Loop in Colorado.
Why?
Look at that console set he's got at the front there of like I guess that's some kind of bag with a phone holder in it. And whoa.
I like going on the minimalist look with my bike, to be honest. I was looking at the View. I was more impressed with the View. Looks cool. Whatever that is.
You were more impressed with the View?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan on bike bags. Unless I need it for bike packing, I just don't want bags on my bike. But I know many people do.
No. See, I've added a bike bag quite similar to that one to my bike last week on the Bowhead, and I tell you what, it's made such a difference to the bike for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't it doesn't necessarily make it look stealth. Not that the Bowhead ever looked stealth.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes the bike so much more versatile, and I'm suddenly using it with a lot more confidence because I've got a few more bits with me.
I'll tell you what, it's somewhere to keep.
It's a good idea.
It's somewhere to keep your tub of duck grease as well, isn't it?
I only use cod grease, Neil. We all know that. Next up, that was a nice, by the way. That was a nice. Next up, we've got Brad's Norco sight. Cool picture, cool position. Like that a lot. Not drive side, but it's the right colour for Blake.
It's an XL. It looks big, but is that 29er? I don't know actually. It's in Golden, British Columbia. It's my first ever new mountain bike. Love it. After years of riding bikes that were too small, too old, or just too sketchy for anyone else to ride, bought a modern geometry bike. It fits me properly. It can send all the gnarly trails in Golden. Nice,
mate. That's a bell ring if ever I saw
one.
You've got very
cool spot.
Oh, now tell you what. Next up, we've got Drew's Mondraker Dune XR Carbon.
Yeah,
that's cool looking. But I do like a Mondraker.
That's cool, isn't it? He's got like a CO2 canister underneath the bottle cage. You see, he doesn't need a top tube mount for this bike. You stick the inner tube on that sort of hole in the carbon frame.
Perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I cannot get Danny Hart out of my mind when I think Mondraker, and I should do because he's been on Saracen for a while now. But Mondraker and Danny Hart are sort of synonymous.
Yeah, I agree actually.
Just can't get it out of my mind.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll ever go back. Will he return? Who knows? But that's a super nice.
Of course it is.
Next up, we've got a Yeti in the right colour.
Of course we are.
Super nice.
Matthews SB6. Check out, it's got the Devio diamond fork up front. It's got the green grips to match, and then like a green top of like a collar on the seat post. That's what it's called.
Cool.
It's got a Devio shock as well. Pretty trick.
Yeah, that is a pretty trick bike. It's super nice for show.
Yep.
But yeah, it's nice to see that Devio green mixed with the Yeti. That's an original idea. Oh no, we're out of the bike. Oh, damn, I didn't expect that. I thought we had more coming. Oh man,
good vault.
I was getting into that then.
Good vault this week.
Some good bikes, some good bikes this week. I definitely like that. What was the one I really liked in there? I really liked the Norco site. That was very cool this week. I like that one a lot. Neil, we're done with the show. Thank you so much for being in here this week. I know you're a busy man. Appreciate it. How's the shed looking? Is it missing me?
It's good. Never too busy for the show, Mark. It's nice coming back into the shed. Hopefully one day we'll all be back in here, but I don't know when.
Fingers crossed. But until then, make sure you like, love and subscribe wherever you can on your social platforms. Get involved with GMBN. Obviously subscribe on YouTube if that's where you're watching as well. But until then, from me and Neil, I guess it's goodbye until next week.
Bye.